enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. Right now, the Reds sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Pirates are 3rd in the division, 4.5 games back. The Milwaukee Brewers were in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals, and Milwaukee was victorious in this one, the final 5-3. Brandon Kintzler came out of the pen to earn the victory, his 9th on the season. Looking at the standings, the Cardinals sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, 2.5 games out of first. The Brewers are atop the division. They own a 2.5 game advantage. The Dodgers were in Phoenix to take on the Diamondbacks at Chase Field, and the Dodgers collected the W. The final was 9-0. Zack Greinke grabbed his 15th win on the bump. As of today, the Diamondbacks are in 4th place in the NL West. They're 16.5 games out of first. The Dodgers are atop the division. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over second. The Giants paid visit to the Rockies at Coors Field, and the Rockies came away with the win. Final score was 5-2. Brett Anderson was impressive on the bump, earning his 12th victory of the season in the process. Heading into today, the Rockies sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Giants are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Tigers were in Boston to take on the Red Sox, and it was the Red Sox who came out on top, 7-0. Jon Lester twirled a dominating complete game shutout on the mound for the victory. At the moment, the Red Sox are in 3rd place in the AL East, 12 games behind first place. The Tigers sit in 3rd place in the American League Central. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Blue Jays did battle with the Yankees in the Bronx, and it was the Blue Jays who came out on top. The score was 3-1. Brandon Morrow was dominant on the bump, grabbing the victory with a complete game effort. Right now, the Yankees are in 4th place in the AL East. They're 15 games back. The Blue Jays are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rays paid visit to Charm City to take on the O's, and it was the Orioles who came out on top, the final 4-3. David Cabrera earned the victory on the mound, his 1st of the season. Looking at the standings, the Orioles are in 2nd place in the AL East, 4.5 games back. The Rays are atop the division. They have a 4.5 game cushion. The Twins were in Chicago to take on the White Sox, and it was the Chi Sox who came away victorious. The score was 2-1. Cliff Lee was victorious on the mound and picked up his 10th win of the season. As of today, the White Sox sit in 4th place in the American League Central Division, 8 games out of first. The Twins are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The San Diego Padres paid visit to the rock and roll capital of the world to match up against the Indians, and it was the Pods who collected the W, 11-8. Nick Markakis had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate. Tom Fold was impressive on the bump, earning his 12th victory of the season in the process. He currently has the most shutouts among pitchers in the National League. Heading into today, the Indians are sitting atop the AL Central. They have a 3-game cushion. The Padres sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division. They're 15.5 games out of first. The Astros took on the Royals at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and the Astros came away with the extra innings win, 7-2. Brian Morris was victorious in this one, earning his 1st win. At the moment, the Royals are in 2nd place in the AL Central, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. The Astros sit in 4th place in the American League West. They're over 20 games out of first. The Texas Rangers were in Anaheim to take on the Angels, and it was the Halos who prevailed. The final was 2-0. Jared Weaver grabbed his 15th win on the bump. He is among the AL leaders in wins. Looking at the standings, the Angels are in 3rd place in the AL West. They're 18.5 games out of first. The Rangers are atop the division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd place. The A's visited the M's at Safeco Field in Seattle. The A's came away with the win. The final was 3-0. Jared Parker earned the victory on the hill, tossing a complete game gem. He is among the AL leaders in wins. Right now, the Mariners are in 4th place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first. The A's are 2nd in the division, but they currently lead the AL wildcard race. And that's what's going on around Major League Baseball heading into this Labor Day holiday. Check in again tomorrow for all the latest.